Well, my book is finally done and we're celebrating with mimosas. And right this very moment, there's a very weird, loud plane going over the house. It's very extra loud and weird. I don't know if you can hear it or not. But this is just like exactly what's been going on recently. I'm going to have one more sip of this. So I'm so excited because finally my book is available. It's called Invisible Soldiers, Silent War, Orgone Energy and the Planetary Emergency. And the opposition to this book has been crushing. Just hearing that plane go overhead right now, and you don't hear planes a lot. Most of them are silent. My book talks about that a little bit. But whenever they're flying over us like that, I know what's going on. This is what happened right when we were trying to get the book printed. They flew an Air Force cargo plane right over my house. And when I say right over, I mean this thing was practically touching the rooftops. It scared everybody in the neighborhood. This is the kind of stuff that's been happening as I try to complete this book, which was done in November. But in case you checked out my last video, I talked about what a struggle it's been to actually turn this idea, written work, and pictures into a hard physical object that brings into the 3D the very thing that will take us into the next dimension and eradicate these parasites from our planet. So now you'll have the tools to do this. I mean, we all can just get rid of them now and live as humans again in a normal human world and stop living under parasitic rule. And no more chemtrails, no more mind control if you can resist it, if you can learn how to, and I explain that too. But what we dealt with when we're trying to get this book done was as soon as it went into other people's hands, people with iPhones with them constantly, guess who took control of the book? It's not the human, it's the iPhone and the artificial intelligence that completely kept short-circuiting every part of the production of this book once it left this EMF-free sanctuary in which it was written. So despite the crushing opposition, life prevails. And that's how our planet is. That's how we are. And that's what this book is all about. It's all about the last 5 going on 6 years of our lives, our work, what we've done with orgonite. We make orgonite like this, and we also make rough tower busters, and we've been distributing those tower busters into the environment and recording the results. This is the first time anybody has done this kind of work and just kept track of everything in writing. I know George Ritchell did some stuff like this too. The difference, I think, is just the scientific link here. I'm trying to bring this science and spirituality together so that everyone can understand it, because it's not really helping us that we're all divided on these things. We all just need to understand that our language has been confounded so that we can't understand each other. And some people who think scientifically, they won't listen to spiritual people and vice versa. But once we break down all these language barriers and different words for one thing, the thing we're all looking for is orgone energy. So now that's available in my book, and you can come to the website at thechembo.com and get a copy of the book. And if you want me to talk to you about the book anytime, hit me up if you want to do an interview. I'd be happy to explain it in more depth because it is hard to understand some of this stuff. You don't want to just improve the world. You want to know how to do it and how to keep it up and not to backslide again, because parasitic rule has taken over this planet for too long. So we need to be strong, and we need to increase our life force energy, all of us. Fix all of these problems, and we have to persevere through the most heavy attacks, which we just did. I was losing my mind by the end. I've been so tired that I actually wanted to announce this book yesterday, but I was so exhausted from finishing it and picking it up that I said, let's just put it on the website, and then I'll talk about it when I'm not so tired. And finally feel recovered from months and months of this ordeal. The mistakes and the weird glitches and things that happened in the production of the book, I've never seen anything like it in my life. And I come from a very organized, clear-headed space in this EMF-free house. No cell phones, no Wi-Fi, none of that junk. No smart meter, but that's really not as big a deal as people think. It's those iPhones that are the problem. And what I'm seeing is a transhumanist agenda, a remote-controlled human society that they're not in control of themselves anymore. And why do you want to live like that? There's so much more that you can see and so much more that you can achieve in this world. And we could finally live like we're meant to live naturally. So it's hard to talk about the book in a few words, but the struggle to put it out should say it all. They don't want us to know about the life force energy. This is why they persecuted Wilhelm Reich and everyone who's ever worked in any free energy field. They don't want us knowing what we can have without their help. We do not need them. We don't need to pay them. We don't need to submit to them. That's not their choice. So now you can access your life force energy. Please hit me up if you want to talk about this in an interview, or if you want me to come over and talk to a group of people. I haven't done that in a long time, but I enjoy it. I enjoy meeting up, getting out of seclusion, and seeing you and talking to you and answering questions, because it's a huge topic. Thanks so much for all of your support. Please come to the website, thechembo.com, and get your copy of my new book.